There we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing? Hope you're having a wonderful night. I'm just gonna see if this link shortener is working, because in a second there's going to be a lot of questions about the build we're going to be flying today. We're going to be looking at it here in a second, but first a little bit of chit chat before we start. Oh, bad requests. Hey, link shortener is broken again. Wonderful. Or at least on my side it is. I don't know. Hopefully I can get this to work. Anyway, how are you all doing? Hope you're doing wonderful. Love the sign. Thank you. I'm really happy with it. Right, this would be the first main live stream with it up. I did live stream, was it Saturday? Sunday? I think it was Sunday. Where I showed it off. And it was pretty much, yeah, it must have been Sunday, but that was when I put, no, can't be Sunday. Must have been Saturday then. I think it was Saturday. It doesn't even matter which day it was, but I put it up and really happy with it. Turned out really nice. First of all, I didn't build this. I had a company build it for me. I paid some guys who knows how to do this to actually do it, to do it right. I'm not sure I could have made it so nice myself. I could probably come up with something. But it would probably look very homemade. I mean, just gonna upgrade to full HD today here, so I can actually see. There we go. Wow. There we go. Just like getting a new graphics card. I did think about it. Justice Illusion said that the sign needs to be beside me, but the problem is, the sign is actually quite, like, thickness away from the wall is like that, right? Not the distance from the wall to the sign, but the sign is that the dark plate is that thick because of the electronics inside. Well, electronics, LED panels, but there needs to be some distance between the LEDs and the front cover to give the light enough time to like spread out, so that it looks nice and even when it goes through the diffusion layer at the front. So the problem is, if I put that out there, it would be that much, and you wouldn't really be able to see it because it would be like out here. So what you would mostly see would be the side of a black box, which I don't think is that pretty. But I will find something else to put here. I just think it should be something more flat, considering getting something printed on canvas or something like that. That could be fun. Yeah, I could. Okay, so I could move it over here below the ladder, up to the loft. But problem is, if I do that, I did consider putting it out there. But if I do that, then whenever, like in my normal videos, remember this is a 16:9 aspect ratio crop. Oh, it's not a crop. It's a 16:9 aspect ratio. When I have my main videos, I'm in a 4:3 aspect ratio, so it's pretty much cropped like, let me think here, like that-ish, right? Pretty much cut off with the shelf here and the shelf there. So you won't be able to see it in the majority of videos. You will see the Hello Dave, and you will see it in the intro to my live stream. So that's why I decided to put it behind me, even though, yes, my head will be covering it a lot of the time. Yeah, guys, can't put it there. We're getting in the way of the secret superhero equipment there. Was the Verbal asking over Twitch? Was the Verbal host has worth the upgrade over the X56? Yes, I think it was. I also spent a lot of time flying spaceships, so for me it definitely was an upgrade. But I can see if you play more casually, then maybe it's a large investment for something that you may not use. But if you know that you are dedicated to playing Elite for a foreseeable future, or similar games, others, space sims, flight sims, those kind of things, then yes, I would say it was. Okay. Today, it's annoying that the shortener is not working. I don't know why. I keep getting bad requests. Because, okay. I think we're going to be talking about what we're going to do today. I'm going to get some of the cable out of the way so I can actually see my stream deck. There we go. Nice. So, a little bit of background so you guys know what we're doing today and what we're doing today. Over the last couple of months, yeah, we're getting to that. We're getting to the bad idea now. Over the last couple of months, I built the meta anti-Xeno ship, right? Right, the Chieftain is built on. I think it was the Chieftain. Yeah. So it's built on the Chieftain. It's designed to run cold. It's running like shieldless and all that. And it was a good build, absolutely. And I could definitely see that being very effective as you begin to learn to fly it more and more. But the more I was flying it, the more I realized that it wasn't actually the build I wanted. I'm sure it's a good build, but it just wasn't what I was looking for. So I decided to just go, screw the meta, and we're going to try something completely different. Not completely different. It takes a lot of the learning points I got from building that ship and implement it in a new platform. That is slightly different. That has a slightly different approach to some of the things. And I haven't flown it yet. I finished engineering it. I have not taken it out at all. This is going to be the first time this thing is going to see a actual Thargoid. So this may end in tears. This may end up with me losing this ship multiple times, and with a rebuy cost of almost 33 million, this could be an expensive trip. But nevertheless, we're gonna give it a go. And I feel like we should probably start by just having a quick look at the build itself, and I'll explain to you what the idea was and how I decided to solve the problems that the build is, that I'm trying to foresee some of the problems the build is going to have and how I try to mitigate them. So we're going to jump over to Coriolis. So as you can see here, I built it on a Federal Corvette. And some of you may say an anti-Xeno Federal Corvette is a terrible idea because it's too slow. And indeed, if you look at the boost speed over here, you can see that we cannot even reach 400 meters a second, meaning that the guards are going to be able to keep up with us. Most of them are, at least. We're not going to be able to run away. That has been solved in a little, like... yeah, exactly. And I was just expecting people going to say, oh, you're going to get wrecked by basilisks. Aha. But I also know that basilisks are big and they are heavy. And if they begin to turn, they lose a lot of speed. This is why that I'm bringing a 7D fighter hangar with 2 bays and 15 fighters per bay. That is a total of 30, not 13, 30 fighters that I can bring with me. These fighters is gonna be my meat shield. They're gonna be decoys. So what I'm planning to do is, when I know we need to get away, I'm launching a fighter. I'm sending the fighter to fight the Thargoid, and hopefully when the fighter begins to shoot at the Thargoid, it's gonna lose interest in me, who's running away, and begin to fight the fighter. The fighter might die, but if it's a big heavy Thargoid, the moment that thing begins to turn, it's gonna lose all the speed. And I think maybe, this is the big maybe, I'm gonna be able to then get some distance to it. And again, the fighters may do some damage. And maybe it won't. I don't know. And yes, Howard is gonna be, he's gonna have near-death experiences a lot today. I feel like we're gonna lose a lot of fighters today. And that's okay. Yeah, remember Howie. No, so we're gonna be losing a lot of fighters. It might be a very, very bad idea. I don't know. We'll see. Howard has been paid. He's been paid well. He makes most of his money sitting out in the crew mess drinking coffee all day. So again, I don't know if this is gonna work. I just wanted to try something that's gonna be a little bit away from the meta. That's gonna be like just cold orbit all day. Now, talking about cold orbiting, I'm taking the idea of running cold because it is a wonderful way to mitigate incoming damage. I'm not going full on with it. As you can see, I've gone with biweave shields, which again, biweaves on big shields, big ships, what are you doing? I'm planning to have the shields basically be my second line of defense. My first line of defense is running cold. So you will see me running a small beam laser. And it's running, of course, long-range thermal vent. And the reason why I built on a Corvette is because we have that Class 8 power distributor. That means you can see here, if I just take the where are they? Remote release flag launchers. There we go. We take the remote releases and put those off. I can keep this thing firing for about 30 seconds with both the beam laser and the Gauss cannons at the same time. Doesn't a large beam laser? Yes, but I don't think we need that much cooling, to be honest. It does have one downside, and that's where the shield comes in. That is, because I'm running it like this, when the plan is that when I go in for an attack, I want to keep the beam laser firing constantly. This is gimbal, so I should be able to keep this on target, and then try to get as much traversal speed, so like moving sideways, while cooling myself down with a beam laser. That means I'm forced to have all the Gauss cannons in the same firing group, which of course means that I'm going to have these heat spikes that's going to get my heat up over the 20% when I fire all 4 Gauss rifles, Gauss cannons, which you can see I have 2 mediums and 2 smalls off. So that means when I have those peaks, I'm going to be able to take a few shots while the beam laser cools me down again below the 20%. This is why I have the shields with the biweave generators. This has like almost 4,500 of absolute hit points, so it can definitely take a beating. And this is just a second line of defense. So I'm going to be using the cooling for my primary defense, and it's going to be the shield's going to take care of those incoming shots that will be landing in those heat spikes that comes when I'm firing off the Gauss cannons. And again, as an even further cooling measure, if something should go horribly wrong, I do have a total of 9 heat sinks with me, so I can synthesize, I can run those heat sinks to cool me down. This could be very useful on if I'm going in and out of the range, so if I'm coming back in from distance, and before I get into proper range, even though I have a 6-kilometer range, before I'm getting into proper range with the beam laser, I might be able to just fire off a few heat sinks, or if my heat levels gets too high, then yes, then I can fire off heat sinks. And yes, it is intended to be a class 1 gimbal beam laser. The rest, of course, is just shield boosters with heavy-duty supercapacitor on it. yeah, lightning might be a big issue. And we'll see how it goes. Again, I haven't really thought this through 100%, but we'll see how it goes. Other than that, I have a few modular reinforcements. I have an additional shield reinforcement for even more hit points. I have a rather large repair limpet controller. I have a class 5 repair limpet controller so that I can take care of some repairs. I don't know how much I'll need it, but this is just in case I do need some hull repair because we don't have a whole lot of hull. So if we begin to lose that hull, it's nice to be able to fire off some repair limpets. More shield reinforcement packs, of course, a few cargo racks to feed that limpet controller. More module reinforcements, again, to protect my modules, because I really don't want those modules to go down. And then I have a class 7 AFMU. One of the problems I had with the Chieftain build was the AFMU was horribly slow. I feel like I spent so much time when I took damage to repair. So I wanted something that could repair faster, so if I went out for a repair trip, I didn't have to sacrifice as many fighters, so that's why I have a big AFMU. Again, this might be a bad idea, I have no idea. I'm basically just trying things now. And I feel like the positioning of these hard points, people are talking about those, is okay. You noticed that I have the flag launchers up here on the huge hard points, so those are both sitting up here, just above the cockpit. All the Gauss cannons are situated in those slots there. No, that's not it. Where is the... Oh... Some of them are out here on the front, I know. That looks like utility slots. I know there are some of the sits out here on the nose. The small ones are somewhere. Okay, we have to get this into space so we can see where the hard points are. But at least last time I looked at it... Oh, right here. Right, these are the mediums ones, of course. Right here. There's the number 3 there. That's there on the side. And that's the other... that's large... And that's the mediums. 3 and 4 are those 2 medium slots there on the side. And the smaller one should be up here on the top somewhere, if I recall correctly. But let's just go out and let's take a look at where the hard points are actually placed, because I'm sure there's somewhere. You can normally see them. You normally have them in your field of view when you're flying. So I think let's just take this into space. No, before we do that, I should remember, because remember, limpets. Just gonna fill this up with limpets. There we go. And I also gonna remember. Hey Howard, let's go. You actually gotta work today. Exactly. Never forget your Howard. So now you can see the Gauss cannons. You can actually see them there. Ah, there they are. There are the small ones. And down there on the sides are the medium ones. So I don't know. It may be that problem is, of course, these flags has to be in either the medium or the large slots. I mean, the beam laser can pretty much only go in one location. Because the beam laser is down here on the belly. There's the beam laser. And that has a horrible position. You can see that icon down there at the bottom. It may actually be a little, but the others are a little spread out maybe, but I hope it's enough that I can... Flag goes in medium slots on combat. Yeah, but that will put them in the 2 center spots. That's gonna put the Gauss cannon. I don't feel like the... Why would you want them up there on the top? That's gonna put them up even higher. Oh, because they're gonna get closer. Yeah, okay, I see your point. So you're thinking because the 2 ones out there on the side is better for... Yeah, okay, let's try to move that around and see if we get better coverage then. Where is the... okay. Just gonna try to move these hard points around, just to see. The mountain sleeps, thanks a lot for the super chat. Says, and don't forget the cucumber is on the 1% of Corvettes out there. And this is not even the cucumber, but thank you very much. I'm so far it's just called the Goid Vet, because I haven't given it a proper name yet. I want to see if it actually works. If it's a huge, massive mistake, I don't want to give it a name. Then it's just going to be salvaged for parts. Can the fleet carrier owner bypass the firing zone? No, you still get annihilated. So basically we take this, transfer, store.
Of all your streams that I have enjoyed, I prefer the ones in which you kill a Thargoid.
Thank you, Kirstner. Hopefully we will kill a Thargoid today. I could just swap them directly. I didn't have to store them. Oh well. Never mind. So we're saying the medium one here. Transfer, swap that into a huge hardpoint. Okay, let's try this. See if this is any better. Just check our fire groups. They're probably all wrong now. Yep. Ah, that one. Yeah, I don't know if so far I'm just trying things out. It's funny how the AX community seems to be either you follow the meta or you're doing it wrong. There seems to be very little room for people to experiment. At least last time I did a build stream where I wanted to come up with something different. That seemed at least to be the expression I got. That people are they're very set in their ways, and I just want to try something different because somebody has to do it. Okay, let's see how this is. Okay, that is actually better. That is a much tighter grouping. Okay, fair point. And we still have the remote release flags now out there on this side. Okay. And we're just gonna make sure we have Howard with us. Yes. Good. Let's go in, and we're gonna start slow. We're just gonna go for a Cyclops to start with, just to get my, just to get a feeling for the build, see how it performs, and I need to practice with it as well. Gotta wait for the frameshift drive. That's one of the other downsides of it. You need to store the weapons in order to use stuff like the AFMU and the and the frameshift drive. So, can you rebuy? Yes, that's one of the things that was changed recently. If your ship is destroyed, your crew survives. So, no, Howard is on the ship. It's just, I mean, the interface is stupid. So you have active crew members, and then you have a bar, and then you have inactive crew members below that bar, but yeah. Oh. Yeah, I have set my module priority groups. You see what people are asking. Missed something? Yes, people ask if I use a separate account for going to the bubble or and in the bubble and Colonia. I have 3 different accounts. This one is my main account, which I keep in the bubble. Then I have my alt account, my first alt, my second alt, my alt account number 1, which is the Colonia one or the exploration one that flies around out in that area. And then I have a third one, which is my scratch account that I reset whenever I need to do something early game video type. If I want to show how you unlock an engineer, or if I want to show some rank progression or stuff like that, it's nice to have an account that has done that, so you can actually show how the progression works. So that's why I have that account, so I can just reset that back whenever I need it. Okay, what do we have? Do we have anything here? Threat 6. Now we're too far away. There's another threat 6 out there. I don't want to fly 100,000. So let's just begin to drop into threat 5s and see what we can find. I'm just going to filter fleet carriers. Let's just go Stars, signal sources, and points of interest. Oh, we haven't set a like goal for the stream. I guess we're gonna go with 350 as usual. That seems to be just in reach at the moment at the end of a typical live stream. Yes, it's an attempt at an AX bet. Whether it's going to work, I don't know. This is very experimental for me. And maybe it's not going to be able to push higher level Thargoids, I don't know. But hopefully it's going to be a ton of fun to fly. We'll see. Yeah, we got lucky. Okay, so let me think here. There we go. Okay, let's see how this flak thing works. This one you should be able to just run away from. Relatively easy. But I want to see how it performs with flak. It's actually still pretty close. Try to cool this ship down, see how it performs then. So now it should be cold. See if I can get out. I can. There goes the shield. There goes a heart. Oh, caustic missile. I'm gonna eat that. Yeah. Okay, let's try to see if we can overheat this thing. Problem is we can't go. I don't think I can generate enough heat. Come on. There we go. I actually got enough heat there. Yeah, I don't want to go silent running and lose the shields. I'm just going to take care of the swarm. Oh, I should remember Howard. Howard needs to work too. I'm just going to take care of the swarm first. Oh, okay, swarm is dead. Okay, let's see how this works with Howard. Go, Howard! Go!
Fighter is ready to go, Commander.
It doesn't really seem to care much about Howard. We're still able to get away. Oh, he got the heart out. Go, Howard. Okay, this is gonna hurt. Let's see how the ship handles this. Okay, I managed to get FA off. We'll see how that goes. Well, it's back there. Should come back online now. Ah. Oh, got it. Okay. Nope. Back. Deploy the second bay.
Roger that. Initiating SLM deployment.
Go after him, Howard. Okay, I'm gonna try to get some distance to it and see if the fighter thing works. Okay, I want to try repair limpet. I can't use the repair limpets because I need to deploy hard points to do that. Hold on. Okay, so it doesn't seem like the idea with Howard is necessarily working because it's still chasing me. So, there we go. Okay. That actually went okay. Apart from the fact that I messed up with my repair limpets because it's now deactivated. Let's go in here. The problem is, as you can see here, my remote, repair limpet, put those back on. Repair limpet controller is set to power priority 2. I can't put it in 1. Then there's not enough power to run it. And I need to have my hard points deployed in order to deploy it. So what do we do? Do we then have to go and... Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a learning process. So I'm just thinking I could go and say, if I want to... See, it's annoying. I want to have the AFMU and the repair limpets online at the same time. And I don't want to sit and should play around with power priorities in the middle of a fight. That's just going to end wrong. Yeah, so what I could do was to potentially just shut off one of the one heatsink, and then move this down to... I have to shut down 2 heat sinks. 1 is not enough. It's this tight on power that not even 1 heat sink to... Can we gain a little bit of power anywhere? I could take that 1A AFMU and put that in power priority 3. Maybe even actually offline it. Hold on. If we off, so the 1 is just there to basically help us if our main AFMU takes damage. Yeah, I can't lose 2 hit sinks. So if I offline my 1A AFMU and not just online that when needed. Why the second FMU? Yes, it is not actually needed. It's just in case I didn't have much else to put there. I could swap that out for another module reinforcement or similar things. So if I shut that off, I've disabled that. I don't want to go back and do like changes because I'm in the Pleiades sector. There's no modules down here. Cargo hatch is off, and I offline 1 heatsink. So I can swap out when one of them runs out of ammo. This should go back into power priority 2 and be offline. The cargo hatch is 3. Yeah, exactly. Do that. So if I need to fix that AFMU, then I can do that out of combat. So that's fine. That, I mean, I can just retract my weapon. But it's still not enough. Why is that not enough? That should be 1 point. How was it before? Before it was like this, and this in 2. So that works. But offlining 1. Okay, so putting this in 1 is 1.3 power. I move into group 1. Ah, but it doesn't matter because this one is already in group 2. This one is already in group 2. So that doesn't help us. We need to find something in group 1 that's going to allow us to put the repair limpet controller into group 1. Put that in 3 is not going to help us. Because you can look at the power down here. Here you can see this one, for instance, I am using 99.9% of the power. I'm using 40.29 out of 40.3. So I'm basically using all the power there is in that one group, as it is right now. So in order to put, I need to find 0.3 megawatts of power from group 1 that I can move into group 2. Hold on. Can I do something with the fighter hangar? No. Yeah, I could use a shield booster. But again, I want it to be something... I don't want it to have to sit and manually disable modules. It should be something I could just do with my power priorities. I could just disable the hangar when I wanted to repair. Can try engineering power plant. Yeah, the power plant is already armored 5 thermal spread. So the best I could do would be armored and then monster change that on the power plant. That would give me... Hold on. Yeah, that would actually give me like... What was that? 3 megawatts? Yeah, no, 2 megawatts of power. And with 2 megawatts of power, I can easily move this down there. I can also move my frameshift drive into that group. And that means all I have in the second group is that AFMU there. I can turn that off. I can't have this. This is too much, but that just means... Yeah, I think also I think it's a fair point that you guys have that if you look, I took quite a beating with my shield, but my hull really took a beating as well. I was down to 52% hull. This might not fly with bigger ships, so I think I need to do something about my hull. So I probably have to rebalance module reinforcements, shield reinforcements, and hull. That could free up some power as well. So what if we took... Hold on. If we do this, we're going to keep the thermal spread there. And then we say... Get rid of the shield. Okay, rebalance some of this. Let's just get rid of these shield reinforcements. And the module reinforcements. And I also want to get rid of that AFMU there. Now we have quite a bit of power to play around with. So I need some... So these again, whoops, these only come in class 5. And the same with the module reinforcements, right? They also only come in class 5, if I recall correctly. Yeah. So these are just treat all of these as class. I have 5 class 5 slots to work with. And then some smaller slots down here. Yeah, I don't need the 32. I can probably go down to... and also lose the cargo rack, so I have just 1 for the repair limpet controller. Well, this is quite a bit of internal slots to play around with. So this was with 1800, and I feel like we want to buff that up a bit. So if I fit some hull reinforcement packs, let's just fit 3 hull reinforcement packs. That gives up to 3000. It's almost doubling our hull just with those 3. I still want some module reinforcements. I feel like I can lose that shield. We had 4.3. That was a little bit of shield. Get those 2 module reinforcements there. Use a 7A shield bank. Yeah, but I don't think I have the power for a 7A. I might actually now that I don't. So you're saying is I could maybe... hold on. If we drop that, is going to give us even more power actually. We're going to drop one of those. Then we're going to drop this and put a AFMU in here. Right, so we drop the AFMU down to a class 6, and then we put a B-rated shield cell bank in there with specialized and the bus shell. How are we on power? We're still good on power. Apart from that, shield cell bank should be in 1, and the AFMU should be in 2, which it is. So now we are... Huh? That's over 100%, 101%. Why is that allowed to... Oh, it's not. Ah, yeah, we over. The life support of collector input. I kind of wanna keep the fighter hangar. It was actually doing some pretty good damage. Because it pretty much meant that as I was flying away, I could send the fighter back there and basically exert the heart. I don't know if that works on bigger Thargoids. It might not. So where do I save power now? Offline that doesn't give me enough. Where am I at? On 40. Then I have to change that out as well. I'm not sure I like the shield cell bank. I think that's just, it's too much. But again, the AFMU is not like us use it less. But the benefit with the AFMU is I can put that into power priority 2. And then I have quite a bit of room to play with now. And I can put another hull reinforcement in there. Yeah, I don't think it doesn't look like the fighter is aggroing the interceptor as I thought. I thought when you were running away and not actively shooting it, and the fighter would then attacking it, that it would turn to attack the fighter instead of the ship. But maybe not. It seems like it didn't. I don't know if I have to cool down enough, if I have to go cold for it to work. I'll try that actually. Let's try that in the next fight. Let's get the fighter out. And then when we run away, we're gonna to... What I'm thinking is if we fire off the... If we cool down by using a heat sink, then the Thargoid can't really see us. So then it might turn and fight the fighter instead of us. So that might be a valid option instead. So I think we're just going to play around with the last things here. I have 2 module reinforcement packs. That should be fine. 2 class 5. So I have all of these left. Which I can now do with whatever I like. And basically I think the best I can do is just put in more hull. Like so. Yeah, it's a fair point that I could swap out for an overcharge. I really want to keep the armor though, mainly because of the heat efficiency. You saw how well we managed our heat doing, even when I was specifically trying to overheat, it was almost impossible. We actually have quite a bit of extra room now in terms of our power priorities, so we could potentially actually have everything in 1 apart from that AFMU. So that's fine. So now there's room for other improvements anywhere else if we want to. How much power do we actually have left now? Was this 40.3? So we have 2.6 megawatts of power Is there any point in going with the hull reinforcements with caustic resistance on it? Hold on, what is it like? Right now it is 3716. But if I go for the Guardian hull, I mean, I know they use power. Hold on, this is a power. Oh, they're in different power priority groups. There we go. Okay, I can fit. I know what I have to do. Resistance are better on the smaller ones. So these big ones here should be normal hull reinforcements. And then these down here, if we put Guardians in those, there's a chance we can actually boost our hull a little bit against caustic. Guardian hull. But isn't... Okay, so the caustic... Is the caustic only... is the caustic resistance only from when you actually get caustic damage? Or does it also count as some of the damage from the Thargoid itself that is caustic? I'm assuming some of the bleed-through damage that goes through the shield is caustic. I'm just gonna see how many I could fit and how much it does in terms of difference. It might be too small that is worth it. So Guardian hull reinforcements and power project group. Whoops, 1 with very little power left. Might have enough to fit a class 1. But it actually has an effect right now. We went up from 3716, so we have over 400 extra hit points. That's like 10%. Which makes sense that we have about 10% of caustic resistance. So just look at that. Is that... Oh, that actually... Oh, hold on. Is that in the wrong group? Guardian... Whee! It fits! No, it doesn't. Damn it. So that has to be a normal hull reinforcement. What am I looking for? I'm looking for hull. So if we do something like that, then we are good. 99% utilization. And we got that extra like 10% of hit points. Yeah, I could save a lot. But okay, the AFMU is not the issue, guys. The AFMU up here is in the second group. And the second group here can go as much over as it won't. As long as that bar up there, this is the retracted firing group. When I have my weapons retracted, there I have all the power in the world. And it's fine for me that whenever I have to do a repair sequence, I'm not going to be fighting. So I retract my hard points. My AFMU comes back online. I repair the modules need to repair. And when I deploy my weapons, the AFMU goes offline on its own. So the AFMU doesn't matter. That's why I don't mind running this power-hungry AFMU, because it's in group 2. All of that power there, that is just the AFMU, that group there. And it doesn't matter. It's fine. You can see everything else is group 1 now. So having that heavy AFMU is basically just free power. Because I could have that at 200%. I probably couldn't. As long as this bar up here doesn't go above 100%, then I'm good. I need storage for my limpets. I have a cargo rack with 16 tons here. Oh yeah, FSD. I can of course put frameshift drive in group 2. That's a good point. Then we can potentially make this one a guardian again. Not a frameshift drive booster. Hull reinforcement pack. See? Now we're talking. We still have like one, not even one. We have like a little bit. So I don't think we have enough to put a to make the modular reinforcement guardian as well. And I'm not really sure if it's worth it. Why can't it find? Isn't there a guardian? Sure, there are. Hold on. These are restricted, so can't you put Guardian modular reinforcement packs in restricted slots? That seems wrong, but okay. Then I'm just gonna do this and this. Put that there. If Coriolis doesn't allow it, we'll just work around that. And then put those in instead. That's for sure gonna put us over the power limit. That's fine. And then just make these normal hull again. Is that gonna work for us? It is. Oh, actually, with plenty of heat to, plenty of power to go. So maybe I can actually keep some of them guardian. I can with one. Can I put that one in? Nope. So these must just be normal hull reinforcement packs. Okay. This could work. 98.7%. That's perfect. And we managed to boost our caustic resistance by 5% up to 4,000. So that's good. We have some extra module reinforcements there. I'm just going to save this one. Put that in the D2EA folder. Let's call this AX VET3. Done. Okay. Yeah, the hull hit points are much better. We got like 2,000 extra hull hit points out of it. And as you can see here, that is the main problem. We really did take a lot of damage there. Just gonna call Howard back. What I just want to try is I'm just gonna offline a few shield boosters here, like so, and then I'm gonna find my repair limpet controller. Repair limpet controller. Move that back into group 1 and put that online. I just want to see how quickly this repairs and if there's any point in having it at all. Because right now we are using, for the repair limpet controller, we are using 0.3 megawatts of power. That is 0.3 megawatts of power we could potentially use to get a little bit more out of it, and it was free up a class 4 slot as well as a class 5 slot for extra hull. So I just want to see if it's worth it. I just want to see how much it actually repairs. $53.
Okay, Commander. Plotting route back to the ship.
Just calling Howard back here. And I can only have one at a time, right? Wait, I can only... I can only have one at a time, right? Where did it go? You can see the glow from it. Oh, there it is. It's inside the cargo hatch. I just want to verify that I only have one at a time. Ah. Look at all that caustic. Burning away my paint. Okay, so they definitely do something, but again, remember our hit points are relatively low at the moment. On the armor, with only 1800, we're gonna pretty much double that. We're gonna more than double that. Ah, okay, we're pretty much gonna double that. So right now, so far, it's taking us up like 25%. Of hull. That would have been yeah, only half with the new build if we're gonna increase our hull. But I still feel like it's enough to justify it. But so I think I want to keep the hull repair limpet just so I can repair that in case of something should happen. And then I'm going to I'm gonna do another fight. I think we're just gonna dock up. We're gonna get the ship repaired, get us restocked, and I want to experiment a bit with the fighter to see if I can force the Thargoid to chase the fighter instead of me. So I think we should go and do that. Let's just dock up here at Copernicus. Yeah, my speed has probably not been. I mean, it's not much different. We're still just shy of 400 boosting, 300 normal. So now we're gonna. While I'm still testing, I'm just gonna keep fighting Cyclops because they're easy, and oops. No, the speed was... I thought it actually would be a lot worse than it was. So the speed difference is manageable. Jesus. There we go. They will do a swarm aggro though. Okay. But I know the fighter may not... I just really want to make the fighter work because it's so fun to have Howard around. I love playing around with having that multi-crew pilot with me. Or not multi-crew, having the NPC crew member with me. Where's the entrance? What if I give it a meta alloy when running away? That's actually a funny idea. So just like poop out a meta alloy? Carrying it will get more attention than dropping it. I mean, it's not like it's not already... I mean, the Thargoid is pretty much angry with me already. So, flying around with a few meta alloys, I don't think it's gonna... I don't think that's gonna do a huge difference.
Docking successful. Perform landing checklist. Greetings, Commander.
Let's just go ahead and...
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Restock all limpets. There we go. Okay, let's go again, and I want to see what we can make that fighter do. If nothing else, I mean, at least with the smaller goids here, the Cyclops, it was pretty much, when I came back after I've been running away, it has pretty much taken down the shield and... oops, here we go. It's pretty much taken down the shield and exerted the heart. Which is really nice, not having to deal with that. So... let's head back to the nav beacon and let's do another scan, see what we can find. I'm gonna go for another Cyclops. Just because I want to try and see what happens. There's all of these unidentified ones here. Wow, we're already an hour and 15 minutes in. Okay, guys. Before we go, or while we go and look for another target and more stuff to shoot and kill, I just want to remind you guys that there is currently a... we're going to set up a discount code for the merch store when the stream hits 350 likes. So if you haven't done already, I would really appreciate if you would go down and hit the like button below the stream. Helps a lot with that YouTube algorithm. For some reason, it likes that. And... when we hit 350, I'm going to set up a discount code for you guys at the merch store where you can get yourself some cool merchandise, like t-shirts. You can get yourself the always popular Remember Your Limpets mug that has this like bright warning sign right in your face whenever you're out doing anything that requires limpets, so you never forget your limpets again. And of course, while you're at it, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate if you would consider subscribing to the channel as well. Yeah, I know we can't like on Twitch, but let's see. Can station still... yes, station can still get damaged, but it doesn't happen that often anymore. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly see if we have anything here that are... threat 7, that's too much right now, at least. Okay, we're just gonna begin to explore... or check the class 5s. Yeah, scouts incoming. Yeah, most likely. And as soon as that goes into the blue, we can throttle up. Ah!
Capacity exceeded.
Howard?
Solid copy. Deploying the fighter.
Oh. Okay, so now we're gonna target that.
Multiple impacts, Commander.
Did you just lose the fighter, Howard? Howard? You're supposed... No, he's still there. Attack it, Howard.
Understood. Focusing my fire on your target.
And I'm gonna try to go cold.
I'm taking too much damage, Commander. I need to get away from the freight, Commander. The ship can't take any more punishment.
I need to put power to systems.
Took too much damage.
Before I can fire heat sinks, we're gonna fire off Howard again.
Copy that. Establishing telepresence.
Okay. Sending the fighter back there. Firing off a heat sink. Gotta keep an eye on the distance. So now I'm cold. He's still coming towards me. Okay. Gotta take one more heart.
I'm sustaining damage, Commander. Gonna try some evasive action. I've got some hull integrity issues.
That fighter's almost dead.
Fighter's been destroyed, Commander.
See, this is why having 2 fighter bases is so nice.
Assembly initiated.
Oh, is that not done yet? No? Okay.
Fighter assembly complete.
That's just for fun, trying to fight the swarm. It's not a big deal, there's gonna be a new one anyway, because we've killed so many hearts already. Oh, I keep forgetting I put it on the main trigger and not the secondary trigger. Is there still something left in that swarm? One, maybe? Okay. Gonna fly past it. Then we're gonna get Howard out again.
Copy that. Establishing telepresence.
Go for it, Howard. Go!
Understood. Focusing my fire on your target.
Okay, here we go. Gonna cool us down.
Damage, Commander. Gonna try some evasive action. Fighter destroyed.
Hard us out. Pretty cold right now, so that's nice. There goes the heart. Oh, I didn't get a boost off there. This might be bad. Whoops. Yeah, exactly. Should be coming back online here in a few seconds. Let's see if I still have some shields. Oh, where we go straight into a lightning attack. And we got caustic. Okay. this might be really bad. I'm gonna purposely overheat now. Not gonna use the beam laser. Just try to... Not really overheating enough. There comes another missile. This is gonna hurt. There goes the caustic by overheating. And the Thargoid's dead. Yeah, the boost cap is quite narrow, as you can see, because it is a weapon-focused power distributor. Just to try and get a... so you really need to be careful with your energy in the boost in this ship here, because I'm out of the caustic dongle. I'm safe. I managed to burn it off, so I should be good. I should be good now. And I don't think I even lost my shield there. Shield actually held up, which is pretty nice. I should probably also hand in. Yeah, my shield's really held up nicely there, but you can see that the hull is definitely an issue. So, one thing is the fighter hangar. I would really love to have it. It's such a nice addition to have Howard with me, but I do see... No, we're not using premium ammo, just using regular, standard, non-fancy ammo here. So nothing fancy there. Yeah, I could get rid of the fighter hangar, but I just love having Howard around. I don't know. I'm not really waiting for anything. I'm thinking right now. Yeah, so definitely one of the problems we need to solve was that hull, but we have solved solved it in this version. But the problem we then face is I was hoping the fighter would solve the speed problem, which it doesn't. So that means now we need to think of a way to get away from something like what's the next one? Medusa? Basilisk. Basilisk is the next one. The fast one. I'm running bi-weaves because both power restraints and I was hoping to be fired upon a lot less than I am. Yeah, the basilisks would definitely be a big problem. Big hull will fix the speed problem. Okay, I want to try a different tactic now. We're going to go back to the station. We're going to try something completely different this time. I want to try a new tactic here. We're gonna go back. We're gonna repair the arm and then go again. I want to try to not run away. Stay in the fight. Basically, just keep when the shield comes. Just keep that beam laser firing. Keep my traverse speed up, and then use the fighter to maybe mitigate the swarm. Overcharged power plant with shield cell banks. I could go overcharged on it. Because the thermal characteristics of the ship is actually pretty good. I mean, I have to fire those a lot, those Gauss cannons a lot in order to overheat. When I'm trying to do it on purpose. So, I could potentially try to stay in the fight. And then just keep the fighters out and hope they will take some of the active away from the swarm.
Core dynamics, Mike Papa Alpha. Welcome to the station, Commander. Please fly safely.
Yeah, another beam would also be an option. What's happening here? There we go.
Access authorized. Proceed to Bay 17.
Firing beams while... No, I'm using a thermal vent beam laser, so beam lasers will decrease my heat. That's the whole point with thermal vents.
Landing gear deployed.
The whole point of having that beam laser there is to... There we go. Is to reduce my heat levels. So if we stay in the fight and then send the... I mean, the problem is the fighters are just going to get obliterated. They're just going to get completely destroyed in seconds as soon as the swarm gets to them. We'll see.
Disengage from landing pad. Moderate speed on exit.
No, I know when I fire my Gauss that I'm gonna spike above the 20%. I'm very much aware of that. But I just want to see if we can get a cleaner run by staying in instead of that whole like going out, because I'm not really dealing with the swarms either. Just leave the swarms alone at the moment.
Landing gear retracted.
So I might as well. Because the main reason I run away is normally to deal with the swarms, but...
Frameshift drive charged.
Let's see, maybe we still have some. There was a really short fight, so we might still have some...
3, 2, 1.
So we still have some great 5s around, so I'm just gonna try to jump into some of them. Yes, that is correct. That thermal vent beam lasers, they generate more heat than normal beam lasers if you are not hitting the target. So if you're firing them out into nowhere, they generate a lot of heat. That could actually be a good way to overheat your ship on purpose. Just fire that beam laser into nowhere, basically. But John, I'm not necessarily trying to maintain a cold orbit. It should be a chilly orbit, not necessarily cold. Just slightly cold some of the time to mitigate a little bit of damage and then mitigate the rest of the damage with the shields. Or heat sinks. I could just fire heat sinks as well. Oh, I'm lucky today. Didn't it send... Oh, need to select Howard. There we go.
Copy that. Establishing telepresence. Fighter deployed. Standing by.
I cool myself down here.
I'm sustaining damage, Commander. Gonna try some evasive action.
There goes the fighter.
Toast, Commander.
Yeah, so he's still gonna get the lightning attack off. Which of course is a problem. And there it goes again. This may not be a good idea at all. See, I'm not... Yeah, this is a bad idea. Nope. Come on, where's that heat sink? I need pips to systems. Comes the caustic missile. We're just gonna keep in the fight. This is not working. Pips to weapons. See, I simply just not have enough power. This is not a problem. I not have enough recharge on my shields, even with 4 pips and my shields are down. They're taking so much heat that I can't fire off my heatsink because I can't gain power to my systems. Okay, this is gonna end in tears if we don't run away now. Okay, this smells like a rebuy now. Yeah, it's way too late, I know. But that didn't work. It definitely... Yeah, I can hear things exploding. There's definitely a rebuy. Did I hand in? No. But it's okay. It's it's not that much. Oh, it's actually pretty cheap for the rebuy. It's not that bad. A good thing is... Look, we still have Howard. Yeah, if with the handing, it's okay. Still need to be further away. Yeah. Yeah, Goich 1, Astro 2. This was just a test on a Cyclops, trying to see what happens if we didn't run away, which didn't really seem to work. I probably need to keep more longer distance, yeah, to make that work. So I don't want to go and do the whole rebuild now. I agree that the hull is definitely an issue, and I must admit the fighter hangar is not very good. So this whole idea might just be flawed from the start. Because the main problem is we are still trying to mitigate that problem with the boot speed. So what I think I'll do is I'll head back to my carrier and we'll get the chieftain out instead. Because I need some practice with that. Yeah, I think you're right. That as much as I would really love to make it work, the fighter hangar, I just don't think it's gonna be useful. Yeah, but I wanted to see. I wanted to make the fighter hangar draw fire away from me. But it's not. Yeah, it can draw fire from the swarm, but as soon as it draws fire from the swarm, the fighter is gone. Oh, there's some interesting stuff going on. Who's being attacked?
Frame shift charge detected.
Just gonna go out and take a look at this. And he jumps.
Frame shift drive charging.
Yeah, the cutter might be a better. I mean, we could try to go and basically like copy and paste this over on a cutter, simply because the raw speed is so much higher. But the whole point with this build was to try and keep that beam laser firing for as much of the time as possible. And I specifically chose the cutter, or sorry, the Corvette, because I wanted that power distributor. But since we seems to be, I don't know. Let's go back here. Ugh. Yeah, Anaconda's an option too. That's a class 8 power distributor as well. But again, I still think we're gonna need that speed. We're gonna need to be able to outrun. Why am I so far away? Okay, got a bad parking spot this time. We have some time to then play around with this. Oops. Too aggressive there. Cutter. Right, so just like, if we just quickly just strip it down, put some engines on it, put dirty drive, drag drives on it, we can see here with 500 boost speed, and that might go down a little bit, but let's say with all the modules on, we can save some of the power plant, A-rate that, and A-rate the frameshift drive. We might even D-rate the frameshift drive, because I don't really need jump range on it, to be honest, because I'll always jump the carrier very close to it, just to save some mass here, D-rate the life support and the sensors, and A-rate that, just to get a rough idea for the speed. You can see now we are way over 500 on boost speed. Not that much faster in below, but we can definitely get a lot more speed out of this compared to the 380 we have here. This means we're going to be able to actually run when we need to. Oh yeah, I forgot the armor. That's a good point. Let's just drop in a military armor there. It's gonna drag off a little bit and then put like heavy duty deep plating on that. That's gonna strap a little bit. It's just like, if we go like armored, thermal spread, just gonna try to do something similar to what we had on the other build. Increase range and mass manager for like 18 light the jump rate, that's fine. Lightweight the life support, long range the sensors. I don't know, I feel like charge enhanced might actually be better here. Charge to go like more even, because we're not going to necessarily have to run the run that all the time. We are still running relatively fast, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know the cutter basically like drifts everywhere. Yeah, smaller fuel tank even. We could actually save some there. Just go like a one. There we go. It's like, it's really small things. You see, you get us 3 meters a second top speed. Yeah, the weight, I mean, the weight of the modules is not doing much. We can go down here and look at the profiles. You can see here, here's our engine profile, where right now we're sitting with a base speed of, what is this? Why is this? It says around 300, but it's way higher here. This graph doesn't make any sense. Does it not take engineering into account? So you can actually see here, right now, we have even hit the mass limit without engineering, but when we put engineering on it, with dirty drive drag drives, we still have a little bit of like, we can gain before we hit that limit. I don't know why the bar is miscalculated. That seems weird. And I think I missed my carrier. Nope. But I'm almost here. Now I'm gonna take the cutter. Sorry, the cutter. I'm gonna take the chieftain out, and I'm gonna give that another go. As I also said in the live stream title, that this might be a very bad idea, and unfortunately it was. I would love to have the fighter work, and it's such a shame that the fighter doesn't work in AX combat, I think. I mean, there could be so many fun mechanics with the fighter. I mean, it would be such a natural thing if you had the Thargoid that has the Thargon swarm, and then we have like the human ships with the fighter. If those would kind of be, if you could use the fighter as a counter for the swarm, if that makes sense. Like, if you could have a fighter that was maybe dedicated to just killing swarms, like a remote release flak fighter. So you could send your NPC crew member out, and they would just have a fighter that would just be dedicated to just wrecking swarms all day. That would be interesting, because all of a sudden you can take that swarm out of the equation. Or if the fighter could be... Now I'm just throwing ideas out. If you could have a fighter, for instance, that instead of maybe doing damage, would then slow down the Thargoid. So it had some kind of weapon or some kind of thing it could do, maybe similar to the Thargoid's lightning attack, that would slow down the Thargoid. That would suddenly open up for a lot more possibilities in terms of... oh, wow, overshot that a lot. A lot more possibilities in terms of builds, because then you don't have to necessarily go and fight that... You don't have to go and fight that fast ship so you can outrun the Thargoids, if you could just slow that down instead. And I think it would make build variations a lot bigger. And that also means that the playstyle could be bigger. Yeah, it should. If it had like a lightning attack, it should of course not be as potent as what you have on the Thargoid, and it should maybe do significantly less damage. But basically, if you had an option, to say, I want to have a fighter that just does damage, or maybe I want to have a fighter that can attack the swarm with a remote release flags, or I want to have like a weaponifying fighter that can slow down the Goid. Because if you can slow that down, you can just, because you can see with a large enough fighter hangars, you can have plenty of fighters to throw them away. So if I could just send that back, slow it down enough that I could get away in a slower ship, then it would open up for more build opportunities. I mean, and like the game mechanics, the functionality of how the effect of the lightning would work is already there. They would have to balance the damage output of it so that it didn't just like rip the Thargoid in half. But yeah. Anyway. Not the core hunter. Not the blunderbuss. Where is it? I'm sure it's here. That's the blunderbuss. Cutlass Black. Here it is. Yes, it's named after the Star Citizen ship. I know it's green right now, but I mean, it kind of looks like a Cutlass Black from Star Citizen in the design of it, but and then not, but kind of. It reminds me of it at least. Okay, let's go and have a look at this build here, just in case you guys are wondering. This is pretty meta build with like all them heat sinks, remote release flags in there and there for some reason, and pretty much like 3 smalls and a medium gauss, it seems. Is this right? Hope it is. Yeah, that's right, because we have a hard point there is 1. And then the 2 small. No, that's the large. What do we have? We have 2 large, a medium, and 3 smalls. Yeah, right. So we have the 3 smalls. 2 of the smalls are there and there on either side of the cockpit. You can see the little number 6 and numbers 5 and 6. So those would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, where I have the shot cannons in. Number 2 is also a Gauss cannon. That's the large one there. And number 4 is the other small. So we have a small one there. Number 4, 5, and 6 are all the small ones. And then we have the large one in that slot here next to number 2. So they're all in this group here, so very nice grouping. And then I think we may have some down here on the belly, if I recall correctly, for the number 1 and number 2. No, that's 3. Yeah, not 1 and 3. I think is on the belly, right? Or do I not remember that right? Oh yeah, I can see number 3 is here. There's number 3. And number 1 is probably further down at the belly. So that's why we have all of those grouped up there. Very nice grouping. Yeah, other than that, AFMU, relatively large AFMU actually. Lots of hull reinforcements, some modular reinforcements. No shields, meaning we can go silent running if we need to. Let's take it up for a spin. Now, I will say my cold orbiting skills are not good. To the point where I'm not yet FA off cold orbiting it. I'm still doing it manually with FA on, because I need to practice this build a little bit more. I don't have enough hours in it to be good enough with it to cold orbit it with FA off, but hopefully that'll come one day. One is top. Where is number 1? Oh, number 1 is up there. Okay. So it's all the way back here. But we have that nice grouping up here for the Gauss cannons. And now the question is, did I remember to buy stuff to synthesize more heat sinks? Because that's always the problem with this build, that I always forget to buy materials for synthesizing heat sinks. I think I did. I want to say I did. Nope, I didn't fill up on heat conductive wirings. I really should do that at some point. I have 4 I could fill up once, that's okay. How are we doing on the like goal today? We're still trying to reach 350 likes for that discount code. Are we there yet? Yes, exactly. Don't forget to like the stream, TM. So now, no Howard this time. Makes me sad not to have Howard. And no limpets either, so this... Yeah, TM emote is... Yeah, it's not working. And also, this is a relatively fast ship. Yeah, the color scheme, like, on the ship looks gorgeous. Those metallic colors. I just love the... It looks so good. I actually want to do a blender render for a blender shader for this as well. I think that could be really funny, because there's a lot of details on it, like the engines could really do some fun things there. And there's all the light back here as well, engines there, the lights underneath and each coloring. And there's this like pattern in here I have to try and replicate somehow as well. So there's a lot of stuff. Lots of engines, yes. What just happened? Oh, there we go. No beam laser. Nope. Yes, the Astro starters. Ooh, I feel like servers are not too happy right now. Ooh. Come on, servers. Don't die on me now. I think that is F in chat for the servers. That's yeah, Goit's ganked the servers. Someone took the or Thargoid got too close with a shutdown pulse to one of the FDev server centers. Yeah, crash the desktop incoming. Yeah, 30k. I mean, we have like a Cutlass Black, so I think 30k incoming. Yeah, I am just gonna get rid of all these wires here so I can actually reach my stream deck. And we're just gonna jump back to that camera there. The sidewinder will be orange, and I'm just gonna go and kill the process. Let's end the task. Boom, there we go. Oh, we didn't like that. Oh, did really not like that. Yes, Howard Howard is his hackney. He's mad that he didn't get to fight the Thargoids. Yeah, the new stinger. People said, saying, not gonna lie, that screen flying on the ship startled me a bit because I wasn't paying attention. It's my new stinger I made, and I think it's pretty cool. When I see it again, I'm gonna jump back in game here. Look at that ship comes. Whoop! There we go, and we're in game. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, it's a really cool transition. And it only took like an afternoon in Blender. There we go, much better. But now I probably haven't... Yeah, okay, great. I shouldn't have got into Super Cruise. I need to scan the nav beacon again. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, it's a Viper. Just like the Viper you can see hiding there behind my heat sinks. Why decided with 2 flags rather than a beam? I did start with a beam, but I so rarely used it because of the power constraint from the power distributor. I just felt like it was, and it might just be me that needs to actually learn to build better than what I have right now. But the first, like, after I evaluated the build after flying it for the first fight, I just realized I rarely actually used the beam laser at all. So I tried to move it out to another flag because I felt like I didn't have enough firepower on the flags. And I know they are pretty close together in terms of precision, but again, they're pretty much as far apart as they're gonna get on this ship, as we have one of them up there and one of them down there. So they're kind of spread out vertically. Dirty or clean drives? I think this has clean. I want to say clean. No, they are dirty drags, so they are just there for the speed. But I'm not. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we got anything here that we can be guaranteed with. It looks like. Yeah, there's one. Oh, there's actually one right there. Perfect. We're gonna go Cyclops again just because I need practice. Do you ever use clean drives? If you want to do something that's really, really cold, which is the only purpose is cold, then... But problem is, I think, with anti-zero combat is you do need the speed. So yeah, pretty much just meme builds. Yeah, exactly. Clean drives are not as fast as dirty drives, but they run cooler. So you trade a bit of speed for... Well, it is still faster than unengineered drives, but they run you colder. So if you really just want to run cold all the time... Yeah, it's very rare I use anything else than dirty drags. Dirty drag drives. Ah yeah, who is Carlos? Carlos was like the most epic NPC I've ever met in Elite. I think it was doing it was a 10 or 20,000. I did like a 24-hour live stream where I encountered this NPC flying around the Viper in a belt. And he just did not care about the police flying around. Okay, I need to think now. I do not need my remote release flags. Oh yeah, right, I have these staggered. So what we're gonna do is get Hips to weapons. Let's get him some time to scan us. And oh, that was a miss. Difficult with the sun. Get some good distance from the Thargoid. See, we can't deal with that swarm. Oh, that was a little bit quicker than I thought. Ah, too soon. Oh, I think I got it. But there's the second swarm. Hey, got it. So now we can relax a little bit. We can't really see his shield status, of course. There goes the shield. Saw the shield go down. Fire off a heatsink. Oh, fire groups. Oh. Too slow on the heat sinks there. Ah. That's the problem I have with this ship. The canopy just dies so quickly. Come on. There's the heart out again. Did I get the heart? I feel like I got the heart. Yeah, I can see 2 hearts down now. Incoming caustic missile. That's okay, we can outrun it. Canopy. That should be it, right? Where did the canopy go? Yeah, canopy's repaired. And I'm too far away. Boosted away from the Thargoid. To go back to find it again. Oh, there he is. No swarm. There goes the shields. Fire off a heatsink. Another heatsink. Ah, bad aim right now. To get closer. There goes the heart. Still have plenty of heat sinks. 6 heat sinks left. Why is he not deploying a swarm? You giving up? We can try to just power through his shields. Just one heart. Oh, there we go. Gonna get a little bit more distance to the Thargoid. Yeah, he forgot to stock his swarm limpets. What? Did I get all of them in one go? Okay. One thing I should probably do, thinking about it, is to put these into 2 different groups, because one of the problems I seem to have is I run out of ammo, and they are relatively tightly packed, but I guess I could just synthesize more ammo for it. I don't know. There goes the shield.
Flight assist.
There goes the first heat sink. There's the heart out.
Heat sink deployed.
Oh. Distance, distance, distance. There we go. I can't hit anything. Heart is nominal. Yeah, don't care about the missile. We'll deal with that in a second. I have 2 heat sinks left. Should be enough to kill it. There's the swarm. I'm just gonna power through the shields now. There goes one of the 2 heat sinks. There's the shields. And there's the Thargoid. It's gone. Gotta hit silent running. Overheat us quickly. And fire the last heat sink to cool us down again. There we go.
Heat sink deployed.
I will admit this was a much cleaner fight than what we have had with the last build. And even though, as you can see, my aiming is way off, my cold orbiting skills are way off, I'm not like rolling myself correctly. I know the theory around it, what I need to do, but actually implementing it in practice.
Frameshift drive charging.
Is that a Saturn V? It's 2 of them. There's the big one and there's a smaller one here. So I have the big Lego one. Let me just try not to crash into Copernicus. Okay. I want to try it. I know it's gonna be a rebuy, but I want to try a basilisk. Yes, I'm using a joystick. Hold on. Let me just get this thing on the landing pad, and I'll show you.
We are happy to have you, Commander. Please note that all station services are at your disposal. Permission authorized. Proceed to Bay 2-2.
Oh, is there a material trader here? Where are we going? 2-2. Firehawk, no thank you. I want to practice this because if I just have someone else who just basically rips the Thargoid in half, then I'm not learning much. So I've always been a big advocate for the learning by burning tactic, where you just throw yourself in the deep end and then see what happens. No, so I have the big Lego rocket, but I also have this. I can't take the whole. I have to take it off the platform here. This. Look at that. Ooh, very pretty. And the stand it's on is a phone charging pad, so you can take your phone, like there, and then you put it on there, and then you can see this little blue light that turns on, and that means it's charging. So that's now charging. You put this one back on there, like so, and then it's there, and it's pretty, and there's all the Saturn Vs. When it launch when the phone is done charging. I doubt it. Okay, let's try to find something bigger. And let's see how. Oh. Forgot to check. I can't remember if Copernicus has a material trader. Does it? Yes, the big Saturn V is the Lego version. And Christmas gift is here, which is ISS, International Space Station, in Lego as well. Very pretty. And then I have models from Astral Reality here, where I have like small 3D printed. This is Pluto, right? Ooh, very pretty Pluto. And I have all the planets in the solar system sitting here in small 3D printed versions. There's Mars. And I have a big model of the moon. Look at that. Which is very lovely. And that goes, of course, there, right in front of the Saturn rocket. Oh yeah, cash in combat bonds as well. Yeah, fine. I mean, 8 million is 8 million. Plus a bit for... there's interested of factors here. But no other things, no. Yeah, it is like the moon from Despicable Me, when they shrink the moon. And it's like... it's heavy. But the details on it is so nice. Like, I don't know if the camera can pick it up. But they've really done a great job of making this. And they have a lot more models of like different planets now. And they're expensive. Very expensive. Okay. The telescope is a Meade ETX 125 PE, to be exact. Woohoo! Telescope for beginners is difficult. I don't know what. So it depends what you want to do, right? If you want it for photography purposes, then you should focus on something that has some kind of tracking. And what I recommend for if you want to start out and you want to do astrophotography, what I would do would be get a telescope that doesn't necessarily has a huge magnification, but has a huge collection area, because that's what counts. And then get something. The problem with this one is it has built-in tracking, and this is fine. I got that thing, by the way, when I was 13. So that's like 17 years ago, and by now all the mechanics inside is just worn down. The gears are worn down, meaning the tracking is not good in it anymore, because the teeth and all the gears inside are just worn out. The optics is still perfect, but all the gears inside are just not, like, it doesn't track well anymore. So the problem is, because it's one unit, if I want to replace that, I have to replace the whole thing. So what I would recommend you do would be to get a telescope and a tripod with an equatorial mount on it with a small motor on, so you can do tracking like that. You're not going to be able to track, like, if you want to track the moon, you can't do that for hours. But having an equatorial mount just means, having that separate means if you want to upgrade to a bigger telescope later on, if you make sure you buy a good tracking to start with that can handle a bigger telescope than what you actually going to put on it, then you have room to grow, and you can reuse your tracking and just upgrade the telescope itself if you want to do that down the road, or put other stuff on it. And to be honest, you can get very, very far without having a huge telescope. The main problem when it comes to astrophotography is collecting enough light. So tracking is key. But right now, killing Thargoids is key. So in theory, I would say focus. I mean, you can if you want to get started, you can get away with just having a decent zoom lens on a DSLR camera, because you don't necessarily need the magnification you get on a telescope. What you need in the telescope is the larger, like, collection area. So, wow, that's a lot of signal sources. So what you need in the telescope is the large collection area, but the problem is always that if you do longer exposures, which you need to do, because the problem with astrophotography is not magnification. It's not because objects are small, it's because objects are faint. So you need to collect as much light as possible. And you can do that by just having longer exposures. But if you want to do longer exposures, you need to be able to track the object you are exposing, because otherwise it's going to move through the frame during your exposure, and it's just going to be basically like the longest motion blur ever. And you're going to see star streaks as the stars also move across the sky during your exposure. So focus on tracking if you want to do photography. If you just want to go and, like, look at stuff, having something like that is perfect, because it's like a built one unit, and it has like a built-in database with all the locations of the stars. You just go with a little, like, handheld computer, and you click and you say, I want to watch that star, and the telescope goes like me, and then it tracks that star. But it also means when the tracking dies, then your telescope is, well, now you can move it by hand, but that's about it. No, I don't really post a lot of my pictures. It's more of a problem is I don't do as much photography as I want to, mainly because I live in the middle of, like, Copenhagen, which is our capital, and light pollution is real. So the chances I get to actually do some real photography is, well, whenever I get an extended period of time out of... Yeah, hello bunnies. You hear them? Noisy bunnies again. Always doing live streams with you guys. Every time. Okay, let's see if we can't find one more going to kill. We're gonna try it with a basilisk. I keep forgetting the name. It's Cyclops, Basilisk, Medusa, Hydra. And then there's the Author variant, which is weird. Yes, exactly as Stevie posted it on Twitch. It's all about light, movement, and time. Like, a good picture will consist of hours of exposure. Oh, we have one right there. I'm just gonna see if we have some guaranteed ones. If not, we're just gonna go for anything close by. There's actually a threat 6 year guaranteed. So we're gonna go for that. Incoming rebuy? Nah. I mean, it's gonna be first time I'm taking this build up against the Basilisk, so we'll see how that goes. Thank you. I'm really happy with the new sign. As if I didn't have enough logos from the channel everywhere already, but yeah. Do you see? Yes, I do play Star Citizen. People asking. Chat. Okay, here we go. We're in the blue. Let's model up. And let's focus on this, because this could get very, very interesting. Guess there's no reason to wait. Heat sink. That's a heart. Now, it would be really nice if I could actually hit something here. Like that. Run away! Run away! Hey, that went okay. 3% hull damage. I'll take that. Did I fire 3 heat sinks on that fight? God damn it.
Flight assist off.
Jesus, it's already here.
Flight assist.
Oh, get away, get away, get away. Okay, that flyby should slow it down. FA off. I'm just gonna move my camera so you guys can actually see when I go FA off, and I don't. There we go. Oh, I was already FA off.
Assist off.
Ah, come on. Okay, swarm has been reduced significantly now. I can only see, just manually looking at it, I can see around 5. I'm just gonna check my canopy because that seems to always be an issue. Canopy is at 100%. Fine. Is that a new swarm? Or is that the same swarm? I think it's the same swarm. Ah! Stay still. Okay, I think it's time to go in for another attack. Wow. But not at this range. Pips to weapons. Pips all wrong. Need to get closer. Oh. Come on. Exert that heart, goddammit. There it is. How are we doing for heat sinks? I'm still okay on heat sinks. Need to get closer. I think the heart fell off there. Pretty sure it did. Okay, apart from the fact that I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heat sinks, that went okay. Didn't take too much damage. And we got some good distance to it. Now it's time to deal with that swarm. Ah, only got 2 there. Okay. Get away from it again. And second swarm is out. I need to get away. I need to synthesize. I need to get rid of that swarm so I can synthesize some more heat sinks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not enough. But I don't want to synthesize. It's annoying that it spreads it out over all the heat sinks. It should empty one at a time. Because right now I would rather have 2 full and 2 empty. I'm not sure if I'm hitting the swarm right now. There we go. Perfect. There's 2 of them left. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna try. No, I have to synthesize. No, I have to try with these heat sinks I have right now. You have to really watch my distance, he says, and instantly drift out way too far away and waste the heat sinks. Wonderful. Perfect flying Astro. Yeah, hard out. Come on. Ah! Can't hit. I'm out of ammo. I need to run. Oh, heat sinks are so slow. Yeah, I know she's gonna enrage if it takes too long. I'm just gonna synthesize his heat sinks. Nope, nope, back.
Flight assist off.
Still only synthesized one. Did I resynthesize the one that already had full? Okay,
Under attack.
Ah! Okay, I'm gonna try with 4, see if that works. Probably won't. It didn't work last time, but... Haha, there goes the canopy.
Heat sink deployed. Atmospheric failure.
That was quick.
Cabin pressure alert. Cabin pressure alert. Heat sink deployed.
Yeah, there's no way. Gonna fire the last heat sink. How many hearts did I get? 3? I think I got 3 hearts. Yeah, I could put the mouse reticle on. It's a little cheating, but... relative mouse... Where is it? Show mouse widget on. But I have no heat sinks now, so... And the heart is probably nominal again. Yeah. No, there's no point.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Okay, I only got 2 hearts. Thought I got 3. I got 1 at the beginning, and I feel like I got 2 attack runs in to kill hearts as well.
Cabin pressure alert.
Can't see anything. I still have the hot insight, so that's fine. Can use that to gauge my approach. Oh, there's the station, that blue dot there. So just keep aiming for that. I don't know why the stations are so bright, but they are. Even the sight windows are blown out.
We are happy to have you, Commander. Please note that all station services are at your disposal.
All the windows are gone.
Authorized. Please head directly for Bay 03.
Cabin pressure alert.
Okay, so there are one thing I feel like I need to be better at, and that is I feel like I'm not cycling my
Oxygen low.
what landing pad do we have? 3. I feel like I'm not cycling my
Meters from touchdown.
my weapons fast enough. Because what I do right now is as soon landing gear. As soon as like group 1 is firing, then I pull the trigger for group 2. And when group 2 fires, I pull the trigger for group 1. And I feel like I can cycle them a little quicker than I'm doing right now. Oh, we got the goal. Nice. So that's a perfect timing to go and oh god, Discord's gone haywire. So we gotta go and set up. We need some suggestions in chat. Let me just go into my. There we go. My dashboard. What should the discount code be today? Suggestions in chat, guys.
Unlawful behavior in and around the starport is not permitted
Thargoid wreck.
for their cooperation.
Canopy missing. We have both no canopy and canopy missing as suggestions. I feel like that could be a good. Why is this not opening my dashboard? Come on. There we go. Who needs canopy? Window washer.
If you're unable to complete docking,
There's a lot of suggestions around the canopy.
you'll need to exit the bay.
Canopy busts. Who needs... I kind of like who needs a canopy. I think I'm gonna go with that. Let's just go in... Oh, discounts. And... Save that. So, 10%. Yes, and gonna expire after 3. Good. So, I am gonna go back to discounts here. Just check that's working. Yes, so if you use who needs a canopy as your discount code, you will get 10% off anything on the merch store. And you can find the merch store at d2astore.com. Where's Howard?
We would like to remind all commanders to avoid blocking access to docking.
Yeah, but I should maybe just pay more attention to my canopy hit points whenever I go away for synthesizing. But yeah, who needs a canopy? 10% off at d2astore.com, where you can get yourself t-shirts, mugs, hats, like caps, beanies, hoodies, sweatshirts. And the discount code is gonna be valid until the end of the live stream. Okay, we got ourselves prepared. I'm gonna give it another go.
To aggressive action. For peace of mind, bestow ship records while in
Landing restraints lifted. Exit the station quickly and safely.
Okay, but before we actually go and do that, I feel like there's one other thing I need to do. Because right now, my heatsink synthesis is down to 2. And I don't feel like that's enough. Yes, I am aware of the theory of cold orbiting. It's just me using it in practice is not very good. I know I should be running tangentially to the Thargoid's orbit, so I should be like edge on to it, or kind of like it should be flying sideways, as far as I know. Rule number 4, don't boost through rails. That's a false rule. What I want to check is if there's any material traders out here in this area. Systems and stations. Nearest material trader. Yeah, so all the material traders are like 100 plus light years away. Yeah. And it's manufactured. So, okay. What do we do then? Because with only 2 synthesis, I don't feel like I have enough to go and fight a Cyclops again. Oh, sorry, not a Cyclops, a Basilisk again. Last time I used 2 synthesis, and that wasn't enough. We only got 2 or 3 hearts down. Commander King says, using my Python core mining build and loving it. Good. It's a good build. Drop the flag on the top and keep flag underneath of the ship. Use 2 medium, 2 small gauss. And then a small ridge long and thermal length. I have it in Shinrata, but I don't have. I could take it from the Corvette, I guess. Killing Scout with this build, nah. I think what I want to do is just go and kill another Cyclops, just to get the practice in. I can maybe try it FA off, just so you can see how terrible I am. Yeah. Grim, that's fine if you actually know how to fly this build properly, which I don't. So I feel like what I need to do is probably spend more time with the Cyclops, and then focus on my flying, and like try to. Because one of the things, I'll try to show it to you when we get there. One of the things I should do is to roll my ship correctly. So that I have the Thargoid moving left to right. Because right now I feel like I have a tendency to have the Thargoid moving up and down. And my understanding is that it should be moving left. I should be moving at a 90-degree angle to the Thargoid's orientation, the Thargoid's like the direction of travel. Yeah, I think that's the main problem, is I need to actually learn the cold orbiting mechanics. Or I know the mechanics, I know the theory behind how it works, but it's still putting it into practice that I need to be better at. And it's just not that often that I get time to sit down and just spend a few hours, as I do tonight, fighting Thargoids, because I always have a trillion other projects running. And my fleet carrier's moving all over the place all the time. Where's my shields? On the station somewhere. Okay, so the problem was I did run with a beam laser to begin with, but I never really felt like I used it enough to justify it. So my question is, when do you use the beam laser? Because I don't see it being that useful doing an actual attack, because I don't feel like it has the capacitor to do that. That's too far away. Yeah, but do you use the beam laser while you are also firing the... because you can't do that if you have them split up. I know that you should split them up not to spike your heat levels. Oh, that thing is close to the star. That's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be pretty. Hey, Minnie. Yeah, we scrapped the bad idea. The bad idea was a bad idea. And now we're practicing cold orbiting next to a star. Oh, hello, scouts. Yeah, it's pretty hot here. Probably get something further away from the star. I guess running cold right next to a blue giant. But I can see your point that I can use the beam laser on my way in, because I am using heat sinks way out, and I could probably use that later if I use the beam laser until I was in position for an actual attack. Okay, I will try to explain cold orbiting. Let's just, how much time? We have 19 minutes on this. Okay, so guys in chat, please correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm just gonna pause this here. I need something that could be a Thargoid. What's a good Thargoid? This would be a good Thargoid. Yes, it's a moonlander, but it's if I fold these out, it's kind of a, like, that's kind of a Thargoid, right? Thargoid-ish. And then we need a ship. It's gonna be a corvette. I mean, we're not flying corvettes, but you get the point. And don't forget the size. Okay, so correct me here if I'm wrong. The idea is that you wanna have the Thargoid. Let me get this right for you guys. So you're sitting here in this ship, and you're looking at the Thargoid. You want to have the Thargoid move like this, sideways, while you're then orbiting it like this. So the Thargoid is normally flying like that. It will then turn towards you, keep drifting sideways, and while the Thargoid is drifting... yeah, not to scale. While the Thargoid is drifting like this, you are orbiting it like that. This way around. And you do that while staying cold. So the Thargoid will do... Wow, can I do all this at the same time? So the Thargoid will be moving like this through the screen, and you will then be orbiting it like so. And it will keep trying to turn towards you while it keeps turning sideways. Correctly, right? And the point is I should stay cold. I think that's the way I understand the mechanics, but I may be wrong. Okay, the Thargoid movement is not relevant. It's simply the fact that you're... Okay, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's just jump in here. So I just have to move sideways, and it doesn't matter the relative position of the Thargoid. Is that what you're saying? Okay, but I think what I want to try to focus on this time is my distancing, because I feel like I have a lot of times when I suddenly drift out to like 4 kilometers, and then I'm all up in its face at like 500 meters, and then I drift back out to 4 kilometers, and that's all over the place. I want to see if I can keep my distance to the Thargoid more consistent at like 1 to 3 kilometers. I think that's where I want to try and focus right now. Okay, so again, gonna put some pips into weapons and some into engines. And I'm going to see, and again, I'm way out now, 2 kilometers out. And I can't hit anything out here. And there goes the heart. And then we run. Game screen, please. Oh, sorry. Ha ha ha. My bad. There we go.
Flight assist off.
Worth a try. Nope. Oh, maybe. Okay, did that kill the swarm? I feel like it did. And there comes the second swarm. That's a good shot there. And there. Well, there's still a few in there. Can still see a couple. I think that's 2 of them left. There we go. Swarm's dead. Okay, so
Flight assist.
Ah, come on. Try to... Oh, I need to heat sink as well. Try to focus on my distance, then I forget to heat sink. Getting close. Wait for it to turn. And it's drifting away again. Move in. Come on. My aim is all over the place right now. And hardest nominal. And drift backwards. Can I get out? Nope. I'm really making a mess of this attack run, aren't I? There we go. Okay, so I need to be closer with the Gauss cannons. Fair enough. Yeah, and I need to increase the speed at which I'm firing the Gauss as well. That's one of the things I need to work on as well. Oh, they're way too far away. Gonna try to get past the maybe I can get around the Thargoid. I get a few shots in on the swarm as it comes by. It should turn down towards me in a second. Come on, turn in. I'm not sure if I hit it there. Oh, okay. Okay. Getting closer before we fire the Gauss cannons. And getting close. And heat sink. That was much better. Swarm? Oh, you still have 6, 7 heat sinks left and 1 heart left. There's the swarm. Swarm is behind the Thargoid, so I'm gonna go around it. Just doing the evasive thingy. Wait for him to turn in. Felt like that was a decent shot, but I don't know if I got it.
Flight
Nope.
assist. Flight assist off.
Okay, okay. Okay, and again, let's try to focus on keeping our distance right this time and not using our Gauss cannons before we are actually in range. Fire up a heat sink. Ah. And it's a dead goit.
Heat sink deployed. Target destroyed.
Nice. Yeah, just shoot the glowy bit. And there's a heat sink. Oh, we should probably not fly in there. I just wanted to see the heat sink up close, but it looks like it's just a glowy thing. Yeah, I think it's 4-2 for the Thargoids right now. Or 4-2 to me, actually. But again, if I got 4 wins against. All my wins have been against Cyclops. They're not really that difficult, but I guess I need to practice it a bit more. So that I keep my distance. Definitely, I think one of the problems was I was using the. I had that one attack run. Let's just get away from the cloud here. I had that one run where I just kept firing and just didn't do anything. Nothing happened. And I guess because I was firing at too much range. What is the range actually on these Gauss cannons even? Show info. Maximum range 3 kilometers. So no point in firing beyond 3 kilometers. But what's the fall off? Yeah, damage fall off starts at 1.5 kilometers. So basically 2 kilometers is okay. At 2 kilometers we're still at, what is that? That's half. Then there is like, so that's a fifth. That we're still at 80% damage at 2 kilometers, which is fine. Yeah, I can live with 80%. I mean, we can check it. We have it on an hour, right? Do I still have that open? I do. We can just go here and we can just check the damage profiles. And here we can see... There's the 5 kilometer mark where the fall off begins. Oh, right, no, my math is all wrong. Right, because... Oh, right, there's only 1.5 kilometers, of course. Yeah, so we're down to 66% at 2 kilometers. So about half damage is... at 2 kilometers. So it really falls off quickly when you go out beyond that. So really try to stay in close, I guess. We can definitely see here outside 2 kilometers, damage output is negligible. This is... Yeah, same deal over here. Can do this with a contra? Sure, I guess. I don't know. Perhaps. Anyway. I felt like I learned a few things today. Definitely that the original build that I was flying around with was, as expected, a bad idea. But hey, now I guess I have a lot of modules to put into storage. And having heavy-duty supercapacitor shield boosters is never a bad thing in storage. But I think we're gonna be heading back to the carrier. And yeah, let's head back to the carrier to start with. So one of the things you should do is you should probably try to practice a bit more with that beam laser. Get that implemented into the flying. Get rid of that one yeah, get rid of that one of the frag cannons and probably salvage. We could probably do that now. Just go and salvage a beam laser off the Corvette build, because I'm probably gonna disassemble that because that didn't really work at all. Yeah, I have watched some of the videos on cold opening. That's why I got. That's one of the videos that was mentioned. The one with the direction of the orbiter was important. It seems, but I need to go and get more synthesis so I can actually. That's been a problem for so long. I don't know why I keep forgetting it every time I go in. That I keep forgetting to have enough to actually synthesize. And how much extra damage can we get for the premium ammo? Is it 30%? 50%? I can't remember. Guardian Gauss cannons. Yeah. Technology component is 30% plus. But I need more technology components. And heat resistant ceramics. I'm not sure I'm gonna synth ammo yet. Yeah, especially this, like, the problem is that like Guardian components, that's just, having to collect Guardian components for synthesis is just annoying. "20 interceptors simultaneously." Okay. I mean, how would you... That's 20 swarms. So you just ignore the swarms? Yeah, heat sinks only use base raw materials. It does take forever to synthesize. Yeah. No, it's still different, because if you're collecting the Guardian stuff, you need to run around and shoot these towers. Like, you need to shoot these panels off so it comes out. And that's home you can just drive around and around and around and around and around just to shoot anything. One thing I have noticed with the panels are the spawns from them are not random. When you're at the Guardian site, if it drops technology component, those panels will always drop technology components. So last time I was farming Guardian materials, I just found a tower that gave me like 2 of the materials I needed. And then I drove up to that tower, shoot those two panels, pick up, locked out, locked back in, and drove back to the same tower and just shot those 2 panels. Because they seem to be persistent, what you get from each panel. And that makes it a lot quicker than having to run around and do a lot of like panels that you don't really need. But I mean, it's always nice to stack up. We got a small, hey Pressy, got a small raiding party. Why did it park my carrier so far away? That's annoying. And also put it quite deep in a gravity belt. I don't think I have a video specifically on Guardian Tech. Come on. This gravity well. Are we that close to the planet? Yeah. Look at that, we're right there. Yeah, I have videos on the blueprint segments, but I've never done a video specifically on the Guardian materials. I could do that. It could be interesting. I could put it on the list together with all the other stuff. Everything for the shield modules. I mean, I have the basic, like, I don't have videos dedicated to this is how you unlock this module, this is how you unlock this module. I have more general videos to say this is how you collect blueprint segments and some more, oops, I'm on pad 9, so used to going to the large landing pads.
Landing gear deployed.
Boom, there we go. Yeah, very much looking forward to obviously. I could do a series on unlocking the various modules, but that would mean I would need to go and find, like, this is where you, like, this is a good outpost for that specific material. Let me just check what are the unlock requirements. Commander's Toolbox, Guides, Guardian Modules. So we're looking at, for instance, let me just zoom in a bit here so you guys can see this. If we're looking at, let's say the frame shift drive booster or the shield reinforcement packs, for instance. Read module, Guardian module, blueprint fragments, and I have a video on that, like where you get these blueprints. So there's a power cells, technology components, data fragments, and hardware diagnostic sensors. It would probably be, because this is, I mean, I don't want to do like a video on this is how you get technology components, this is how you get pattern obelisk data, this is how you get hardware diagnostic sensors, that kind of stuff. So I feel it would be better to do, yeah, a combined video saying here's how you unlock the shield reinforcement packs. These are the outposts you go to and that kind of stuff. And then the same with the frameshift drive booster. This is where you need to go exactly do this, 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 and that. A lot of them need technology components, don't they? And the Gauss cannons, also technology components. Yeah, you will get some of it, but the point is, let's say you go for the blueprint fragment. Let's just take that. And let's say you don't have all 21 guarding technology components just yet. Ideally what I wanted to do, because 21 is... what, 7 pickups? Yeah, 7 pickups. So if we could find an outpost where you could both get the power cells, the technology components, focus crystals you can pick up at Dav's Hope, and then we just, like, so you could get both, we can find, if we go down here, modules. So we could go to one of these outposts here, and if one of them could give us, if one of this could, okay, let's say I could get I go to one of these outposts, I figure out where on these outposts I get power cell technology components. So we could at least get all of those in one location. But the problem is then, like, a shield reinforcement pack would be much the same, apart from the fact that we would need, yeah, still power cell technology components, but we still need a module. Then we just need some Delta Obelisk data as well, which we don't need here. We need focus crystals, and then some other, like, buy it on the market materials. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll. I mean, it could be nice if I could do, like, go to this outpost and here's like a top-down view of it and with like a map and everything. Yeah, I can use multiple clips for the same, especially if I can find one that gives all of them. That gives, you know what? And what about the Gauss cannon? Because I feel like the ones that are interesting is the frameshift drive booster, the shield reinforcement pack, and the Gauss. Maybe the shard cannon as well. I mean, there's lots of videos you can do. I mean, hull reinforcement packs and modular reinforcement packs. It should actually be Guardian. I forgot to put Guardian in front of that. Can also be good. So there's actually potential for a lot of videos there. But these need weapons, so therefore we need to find the same thing, but do it on a weapon blueprint thing instead. Yeah, because the... Okay, so way back, way back, I began doing videos on how to unlock... Oh, hold on.
Thanks for infecting me with the Blender virus. Smiley face. It's a lot of fun. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Kristen. I'm glad I got other people onto Blender. I've really been enjoying, like, the Blender thing. I don't know if you guys saw... I did some screenshots, but okay, let me just finish the thoughts here. I'll show you some of the things I've been working on. No, so what I was saying was, I did at some point, I started doing videos on how to unlock every single engineer, but at some point, it was just basically repeating myself. It's like, okay, you go and you pick up this thing, and then you do this thing, and you fly here, and the videos just became so similar that it was basically the same video I did over and over again, but with one little thing changed, that, oh, now to do the unlock, you need to pick up this thing which you get here. So the amount of information that was actually in the video was probably like 30 seconds to a minute, and you try to, like, drag that out. So I actually never finished that series. Never finished all the engineers and did videos for all of them. Even though people still watch them, but I don't know. It just was too repetitive. But I think you could do something with this, and I'm afraid it's going to be as repetitive with these. But I guess it would be a nice resource to have. Now I'll just show that Blender thing I did. Where is that? That would be under Spacescaping, Ice Planet, Beluga Ice Planet. Yeah, that one was the shot I was working on. I think that came out great. Maybe the Beluga's a little bit too big. Kind of want to like scale that down maybe to make it a little bit more realistic. But I think it came out really great. And lately I've been trying to practice my like modeling. So I took and like made that, you know, that IKEA glass that everybody has, and I made like a tea bag and a string and like a little thing there, to practice like my modeling skill, to try and get that structure there, those arches, get those modeled correctly and all that. So yeah, practicing that. And the project I'm working on right now is like a bathroom scene. Because there's some fun things with like reflections on the stones and the glass, and there's a lot of mirrors and blank surfaces. There's a lot of, and like the modeling of some of these things are also quite interesting. But yeah, I've been having fun in Blender. Not just on Elite things. I still have that other, what was the other screenshot I did in Blender? Spacescaping, the ring planet one. This is one of the first ones I did. That one. Yeah, it's a great looking. I was Lee Chung is probably the worst grind for all. Have you? Let me introduce you to Marco Quint. He's just so annoying. But yeah, no, I'm having a lot of fun in Blender. I should definitely do some more Blender live streams. But I feel like if I want to do Blender live streams, then it should be more like it should be a little bit more like space related, a little bit more Elite Dangerous related, maybe, to make it more interesting. I mean, I don't know if people would be interested in sitting and watching me spend 6 hours rendering a bathroom. Yeah, Quint is not difficult. He's just annoying to unlock. I just think Marco Quint was annoying to unlock. Someone over Twister. Sorry, missed out on the stream. How'd the AX Corvette turned out? Well, I'm gonna disassemble it. That's how it went out. It didn't work at all. I kind of tried to make it work and really wanted to make it work, but nah. Okay, so the thing is with the capital ship battle, okay, now we're getting into Blender stuff here. Hold on, give me a second. I'm getting derailed here, and I don't mind. So if we just like, I'm not gonna do a whole lot of blendering, but what I did do was get STL files for the big capital ships. But one of the problems is, oh god, where are we even at right now? Hold on. Space Vault, just jump in there. What's Blender, library, objects, Elite Dangerous. Let's take like the Farragut, for instance. I have that as an STL file here. There we go. Oh, and I need to adjust my viewer to like 10 kilometers because this thing is massive. There we go. So here we have it. But you can see there's a few problems with it. For instance, there are huge gaping holes in the model. Like this hole here, this whole section here is just missing. You can see this massive hole in the floor that goes straight into the model, which it obviously shouldn't. And this is like all over the place. I think it's everywhere there are weapons, basically. There are just holes in the model. So I would need to, first of all, go ahead and model some of the turrets, and then get those placed in there. And I don't know why there's a hole there as well, but there's a lot of shading that needs to be done. But first of all, there's a lot of sculpturing that needs to be done just to get the model in a state where we can begin sculpting it, also begin shading it, and then there's just the time of actually putting a shader on something this large is also going to take forever. That's going to be quite a substantial task. And the main problem is, when I did my, you might remember I did my beluga. Library, objects, elite dangerous, beluga liner, here we go. Yeah, so I did my, I did the beluga, here we go, which I did shade. This is fully shaded. And just the beluga here took, I would say, 8 to 10 hours to shade, to get that right, because all the small lights and all that stuff. And like getting, and the only reason I could get this done, my point I was trying to make was, the only reason I could get this done because I had a beluga in game, and I could sit and I could look at it, could turn it around, look at it from different angles. You can see I still have some of the assets lying around out here next to it, where I built like the top covers, and I built like these small thrusters and all those stuff. But problem is, I can't do that with the capital ships. The mesh for a Corvette, I don't know if I have a mesh for the Corvette. Don't save. Import. STL. Do I have? I can see it here. No, I haven't found one for the Corvette. I was looking for like the Remlock helmet to try and do something with that. Maybe I did start rendering, or did start shading an Orca as well, because the passenger liners are easy to shade. But I don't know. It could be fun to do something with like a full-on battle scene. Yes, I have the Majestic as well. You want to see the Majestic? Hold on, let me show you the Majestic class. No, not the Pent. Import STL. Just get you guys back here. Majestic. And we need to adjust the viewer again, because it's in a new Blender instance. 10 kilometers. There we have it. So you can see this one. It's a little better in terms of, like, there's not gaping holes in the model as much as there was in the other one. So this one would be a little easier. This is a little bit more ready for shading, I feel. It's quite rough around the edges, but that can be solved quite easily. So the Majestic would probably be something that would be a lot easier to shade, but I'm gonna have the same problem that I'm gonna have to do a lot of guesswork, because about the engines are clearly missing. You see that? There's holes here where the engine's supposed to be. That the problem with these ships are I can't just have a model in game I can sit and look at, because they don't really stick around unless I can make. I guess I could go to one of the like capital outposts where they are like up for repair, and then use that as a reference when it comes to shading. There's even a little hanger in here. Yeah. Anyway, I'll probably do some more Blender live streams at some point. I don't know what the next project is gonna be. But I think I'm just gonna close down all these Blender sessions now. I think I'm gonna call the live stream for today. I learned a few things, definitely what doesn't work. And I definitely need, as you can see, a lot more practice with my cold orbiting skills. It's far from there, it's far from perfect, but it's getting there and I'm definitely enjoying it. And even though it's only something I have like a bit of time for from time to time, then it's nice to go out and do some dark art combat from time to time. Okay, Dongalore says we are at 391. Can we get the last 9 likes, or the 9 people watching out there who has not clicked the like button yet, who can get us up to 400? That would be very, very awesome just before the end of the stream here. 6 more likes, 2 more likes. We got CC who says clicked. Thank you very much. Can we get the last 2? Perhaps. And 509. Perfect. Thank you guys. That's awesome. So, I'm going to call the stream for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I sure did. And again, next live stream, there's probably going to be a bonus live stream at some point. I don't know. I want to do some Star Citizen streams again. I haven't done that in a while. I also want to do some more Blender stuff. I also want to do more exploration stuff. I have so much stuff I want to do. So I don't even have enough. There's not enough days in the week for all that. But that's going to be at some point. Stay tuned to Discord. I'll be announcing the streams over there before they start. So join the community Discord server at discord.d2ea.com. I will take you straight over to the community Discord server. And there, not only can you, if you're into Blender, if I spark your interest in that, we have channels over there where people are talking and they can help you get started and that kind of thing. And I completely lost my track there. Yes, there'll be a quick after party in Discord as well. I'll be hanging out over there and saying hello in voice chats, which I usually do a lot of the evenings. So come over and say hi after the live stream. It would be awesome. Also in chat, you can find links for the merch store where you can get yourself like t-shirts, mugs, and remember that there's a discount code Who Needs a Canopy that's going to be active for like 10-15 minutes after the live stream. Then I'm going to take it down. So if you want to get yourself some merchandise on the cheap, then go over to d2astore.com, check it out, and you have like 10-15 minutes to finish up your order if you have anything you want over there. And then finally, of course, if you want to support the channel, you can do that either through Streamlabs at tip.d2a.com. I should make it with an S as well. tip.d2a.com for one-time donations, or through Patreon at patreon.d2a.com. And of course, all Patreons always get a discount at the merch store. Not only doing live streams, just whenever they want. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. And until next time.